something something. Welcome to
The Complete Charting Guide.
Let me give you guys some lore on these videos. I already made the first video and the third video, the Moonscraper guide, but I'm changing it up. I'm going to put this as the second video instead, because then I can use the terms in the Moonscraper video, and it's been about 6 months since I made those videos. To say it concisely, I'm just going to spend 10 times less effort and time on each one of these videos, so I can actually make the guide. I will admit I like the amount of quality that are in those videos, but realistically, between all the things I have going on in my life, it's just not possible. I'm still going to make sure the videos have good content in them, just you might hear echo in my voice, me sort of macking my lips, stumbling over my words, whatever. Anyway, on to the video. As the first actual video, there is no required content, and let's do away with all the, classy transitions. Let's just go one by one, make it fast. Tempo. Let's go to tempo, also called BPM, and that literally stands for beats per minute, which means that if I metronome is on, each one of these beats, there is 120 of them per minute, literally. So the more you have, the faster it is. So if I make this 240, it should be, 240 should be twice as fast. And if I make it like 80, that should be really, really slow. And that's tempo. Next is a beat. Each one of those clicks you heard represents one beat. I've got no script for this part, so God save us all. Alright. Next is time signature, which requires me to explain measures first. Basically, this thick white line is the marker for each measure in Moonscraper. Each one of these moderately thick white lines is one beat, which is also when the clicks happen. So now you know what a measure is. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. You will learn. So this is the time signature. This 4/4 button right here. You can place them anywhere, although Moonscraper will yell at you if you do a song validator. It will say it's bad. So don't do time signatures like that. You're breaking the song. So this top number is how many beats are in one measure. Right? So measure starts at the thick white lines always, and that's also where the last one ends. So I make this 2/4 instead of 4/4. Then you can see there's beat 1, beat 2, and you're in beat 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how the song is counted. If I do something like 5/4, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it ends. Alright. Now the bottom number, or the right side number in this half slanted fraction thing, can only be powers of 2. You cannot make it anything else. This is making it how long one quarter note represents, and you will not understand that yet, but when we get to note values, I'll bring it back to this. So that's how long one quarter note lasts. Okay, note values. I'm actually talking about the step size here in the top left corner. Alright, let's stop beating around the bush. 1/1 lasts 4 beats is what that means. What it's actually meaning is that there's a ratio of 1:1 per measure. Right? So this is the measure line. I cannot place it anywhere else except for on the measure if I try to. Right, 1/2 or 1/2 means you're half a measure in 4/4. 1/4 is 1/4 of a measure, 1/8 of a measure, 1/16 of a measure, 1/32, and so on and so on. You can also do triplets. And what is a triplet? It just means that instead of going powers of 2 smaller, you're going powers of 3. 1/3 of a measure, 1/6 of a measure, 1/9 of a measure. If you count from where it lines up, so it lines up right here with the lines, and it lines up right here. There is 1, 2, 3 notes, and then it lines up. Alright, now let's talk about terms actually just related to charting. This entire thing right here that we actually place the notes on, this is called the highway. Beatlines is just all of these white lines. Then we have notes per second. Notes per second means exactly what you think it does. It's how many notes go on the screen in 1 second. Count how many of those pass in 1 second, and that's your notes per second. And there is a thing right here. It says it is 4 notes per second. You'll often hear people abbreviate it as NPS. This is also a way of determining difficulty of a song. So something that has 4 NPS is really, really easy to hit. But if I have 16 notes per second is a lot harder than 4 notes per second. Alright, player terms. Just things in Clone Hero that your average player would know. So reading a chart is the act of like breaking down how you should play something. So I'm just placing these notes randomly, whatever kind of patterns. So when your player sees this, you have to think about what are you going to do with your hands before the notes come on. There is a specific method to reading, which I'll get into later. It is called chunking. That will have its own video, so I'm not going to go too in depth into it here. When you're reading a word on paper, you are not looking at every single letter in the word, right? Like if you're looking at waveform at the top here where my mouse is, you're not looking W, A, V, E, F. You just see the word and its waveform, because your brain is automatically taking the letters and the shape of the word and everything about it to let you know it's a waveform without having to analyze every letter in it. Now, the player's brain, you don't go green, red, yellow, blue, orange. You actually look at the full shape. And this just represents, right, you strum on green, you kind of just slide your fingers up to orange. Is how you hit that. This one you start on yellow and do the same thing. This one you do a little shimmy with your fingers. And then this you go from green to yellow. But since we know that's what the player is reading, we can alter the way that they read the chart. It's a whole thing. So we'll worry about that in a different video. A full combo means to get 100% on a chart. It's often shortened to FC. That means you literally do not miss a single note. Tapping means to bring your right hand off of your strum bar and onto the neck. I'll probably add some dumb graphic here. Meme tapping is where you mash every fret on the guitar to cheese anything. So let's do something like this. This is dumb. This is like impossible to play, right? But if you do this as you play, then you have a chance of just randomly do it right, and then it works, right? So that's meme tapping, although it is used legitimately. Rake strumming is considered a forbidden technique where the player will abuse the fact that some guitars will strum 2 times or even 3 times if you hit it really hard. Chorus is the #1 website that is used to upload and download charts for Clone Hero. So let me pull it up right now. Chorus, Clone Hero. Here it is. And there's just a bunch of charts. Here, let's look up what I have on here. Your dusty guitar. Look at that. There's all my charts. You can see them right here. You click on this. You can just download it. Oh, it even shows if you're verified or not on here. And then to be a chorus charter means that you are allowed to post charts on that website. To be a verified charter means you're someone who's proven your skill and gone through the application process. It's basically a certification that you're really good at charting, to put it simply. A CSC charter is someone who will always be charting stuff for the Custom Songs Central packs. Let's pull that up too. Custom Songs Central. Here it is. Here's their website. It's all nice and snazzy. Yep, they've got these monthly packs, and as a CSC charter, you're going to be doing these regularly. But overall, CSC charters are recognized as being more skilled. They're a subset of verified charters, so you would have to say that they're more skilled. Alright. Next video, we'll be talking about Moonscraper actually, and I will show you all the BS that is on your screen right now. Until then, happy charting. Oh.